Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your time zone. This is your host, Dr. Peter. We are starting with DXY as usual, and we'll flip through the other instruments that we have. Now, we are still in this consolidation zone, but we need also to understand what the price is trying to do. And we still believe and still hold that view, the price will still break down for the last time before we see a bigger correction to the upside. Regardless of whatever you are seeing, I don't want you to be trapped in this up movement that the price had been doing. And how we see what the market movers are trying to see, or makers are trying to see, it's based on the technicalities, the knowledge of wave and structure, and not until something else would change. Then I'm going to tell you how to view the market and how to plan your executions. Now, believe that we said that this is wave 3 of 3, and the wave 5 of 3. These we said had ended with 3, and then we said this is an A, B, C of a wave 4 major, and that one last movement to the downside. And we thought the last movement, this could be the beginning of it, but it turned out not to be the beginning of it. And what has price done? And this move to the upside, has it changed our thought? No, not at all. Now, in the beginning, when you see this move went up ABC as an ABC. This is not a 1, 2, 3 movement. So that is the first clue. And again, what do we see here? We'll see an ABC of the first move, which is an A, or you can call it W. I would rather call it an A and a B wave here. And the last move to the upside is a C wave. So ABC in the minor degree to give us an A, then the B wave here, then this last wave is a C wave and is a diagonal. That is what we are seeing here now. We can see 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a diagonal. If I come again, an ABC of A, then the B, we now have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, which is a diagonal. So in this diagonal, if I zoom to E, this price also had gone up like an A and a B, then the C wave also has developed like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the last wave. Now, this is where this is tricky. Not until we break down here or take this low, this wave is not yet completed. So we might still see a break to the upside. Now, what I'm seeing here that is possible, if the price begins to grind more lower and break this low, then that means that we are seeing the top here and we are coming downside. But otherwise, we may be seeing this also burning itself out into a diagonal, the last wave here into a diagonal. This may be a 1 and a 2. We may see a 3, a 4, and a 5. Then this shouldn't break 100.6 before we come to the downside. Now, if we flip to the Euro USD, it's the same thing across board. Same thing across board. You don't want to also sell these because this also is coming to an end, but we'll still see that price most likely will grind a bit much lower And from this top that we said an ABC of an A B, then we now begin to see a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. This a 5 might actually still go a bit more down to around 1.14700 or cap this low without breaking this area. So that is what we are saying to end this wave. And if that happens, we are going to see a sharp reaction to the upside this coming week. So what I'm trying to say is that this may not have finished the down movement. It may just be the first wave, second wave. Probably we'll see the third wave, the fourth, and in the diagonal before we go up. But again, if the price will grind up to break this top here to the upside, then we have end, this move to the downside is ended. Now let's flip to pound USD. Pound USD structure appears a little different. We may have seen the bottom here on the pound USD, but again, we'll still hold that view that this also breaking this point means that we are back to the upside because the internal structure of this wave in itself is completed. What these had given us, if I may also look into it, what it has given us here is that it gave us an ABC of an A wave, then the B wave to the upside here. Then the last one came down also in 5 waves, which is a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. And this is the 5th one. So it's also a diagonal. The C part of it, everything has behaved almost the same way, the same pattern. But looking at this internal structure here, of the last wave there, which is the 5th wave, we may have seen, a 1 and a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5 to the downside. But the way manner it came down and the bounce to the upside, once we break this to the upside, otherwise, if we break down again, we might see reaction at 1.2800 before we bounce to the upside. So we know the levels we are looking to bounce up here. A break above 1.31250 means that we are riding to the up on that instrument. Nzdusd USD. Nzdusd USD also a break above here, 0.56400 means that this is the bottom. Otherwise, we may still, go down one more last time before we go up. But, this, I don't, advise anybody that is a serious trader to sell Nzdusd USD, to sell Euro USD, to sell pound USD. I don't expect anybody to sell or buy the XY, the levels they are. All you can do is just to look for those points that confirms that the momentum has shifted once they break it. Otherwise, the microstructure to finish the wave, the last wave is still ongoing. Then USD JPY had also stretched us to the limit, and we are taught that we are seeing the 3rd wave, the 4th wave. We took a small buy here, but the price broke through it. And what are we seeing now? What are we seeing? This also, the last part is behaving in a similar fashion. We might be seeing a more correction of an either A, B, C. This may come down a bit, then bounce up to give us a B wave, then a C wave for us to turn up again. But if the structure would change, we would know. We'll still expect, if I switch to the daily time frame here, these are stretched so much, and the back of Japan is yet to intervene. the reaction that you are seeing here is not impulsive yet for me to think that they want to drop this. I don't see that. They might come down, cap the top again without breaking this point, and now we begin to have a change of that trend or a bigger correction to the downside. This thing is not going to go to break this top except we have a bigger correction. And if the view that says that A, B, and a bigger to the downside still holds, then we'll see how it will turn out. But again, the bigger correction we're going to have, at least if it kicks in, should break down. What this is so far, to me, we can see right from this low, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is like a big low, a big high here. That's the 5. So if it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we should consider that probably we are correcting the fourth wave here of this immediate wave. And we'll see this as a bigger 1, a bigger 2, probably a wave 3 has ended here in this regard. That is what I'm saying now. I want you to get me again. We have a 1 and a 2. Then this wave 3 in itself, has gone in a diagonal. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is this fifth wave, and which has finished wave 3, which means that this wave 3 is ended. Then we are going to see a correction that is similar to this here as a wave 4. And after that wave 4, we may turn up one more time to finish the fifth wave, and which may be truncated or not. Then after that, even if it breaks here, after that, we should see at least a big correction, A, B, C, if not a change of trend. So I'm taking more time there. Let me flip again to DXY. There's one thing I want to say here. In as much as I hold the view that in these, the initial bounce to the upside here, A, B, C, it looks like a 3-wave. Even here, this last part, which is the C here, it's A, B, C, a 3-wave, a shallow correction to the downside, which tells us that we are going to see, momentum shifting to break low again. Then what if that is not what is happening? What if, to me, is 30%? That we are going to break down, maybe is 70%. But what if, then we'll be prepared for what is going to happen. Since this last part is a diagonal, the least that we can have around this area, once we go up a bit more without breaking 100.6, is to have a big correction of an ABC to the downside. That is what we can have. But if that move to the downside would end up being a 5-wave move to the downside, that would be initial, confirmation that we are coming to break low. Now, the next one now is Euro JPY. Euro JPY, Euro Yen. Euro Yen also, it's giving us, this is a very big move to the downside. It's a very big move to the downside here. So this may have done a 1, 2, here. Maybe the same way, the third wave may have ended here. And we may be in a much bigger correction of the fourth wave, or a change of, or a bigger correction altogether. So if I were you, I'll be treating this as a possible here, A, B, C of this wave. So this is the low here. So I'll be looking for a wave 2. This is a wave 2 here. I'll be looking for a wave 4 now, a major 4 to this move to the upside. Probably we'll have one more move to the upside. Then we begin to have a big correction. So they are almost ready. And the last one we're going to talk about here is gold. Gold is a bit in a mess right now, but it looks more likely that we are going to see a double correction to the downside, which means that probably this is an A wave now, and this is a B wave, then we are seeing a C. We're going to see a C wave. But this C wave is not going to be immediate to the downside because we need that impulse. This is the first impulse. And this first impulse, after this A, B, C wave move to the upside, that had probably, turned in a bit into an impulse here. This third wave was extended. This is not a fourth wave in regards to this node. This is an ABC now confirmed, an A wave, a B wave. Then we are seeing the last wave of a C to the downside. Probably we're going to have an A B, and a C. We expect this to develop eventually into like a 5 waves to finish up. But this seems not done yet. What do we see here? A lot of consolidation here. I don't expect price is going to go up to break the top for now. But what can we see on a 4-hour time frame here? On a 4-hour time frame here, then we can see zones of execution. Now, this is the first 5 wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is complete. Then we now see the first move. Also, when you see, that's one thing about wave and structure, when you understand it, and this is not a 1, 2, 3 to the upside that will go and break this top. This is also, like I showed you on DXY, an ABC move to the upside here. And after this ABC move to the upside here, then we thought this has ended the ABC move, and we should be seeing an impulse to the downside, but this has turned into a consolidation. So these are things that you have to look at and understand. When you are seeing a consolidation of this part of the wave, it means that most likely they are not done to the upside here. So, which eventually might mean that we are going to see an ABC, this turned into a smaller A, then a bigger B, then a C around this area, to finish this one as a 1 and a 2, then now begin to go to the downside. So what I've seen here is this thing completed to the downside. It looks like completed to the downside. This area, as if we are going up now. What can I see here on the 4-hour time frame? 1, 2, 3, which is an A wave. Then this 1, 2, 3, which is a B wave to the upside here. Then again, 1, 2, 3, which is a C wave. So this is completed as an extended flat to the downside here for me, and this is a low for now. And this may have gone up also as a 5 waves. We don't know yet. It looks a bit impulsive. If we turn to the 1-hour time frame in that segment to look at it, we want to be able to plan now. Again, I want you to see this. The first one, A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here the A, the B in the middle, and the C. The C also in the 5-wave structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The C wave. So understand how you see, and you must be able to recognize your C wave at any time frame. So we have this 1, 2, 3, which is an ABC of the A here, then the B wave here, then again another 1, 2, 3, which is the C wave, which is the C wave to the downside here. Look at the A of this C wave, the B, and the BC of the C wave also is 5 waves to the downside. Then we are now going up. Now going up now, look at what we have gotten here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's an overlap between the 4th wave and the wave 1 here. Tells you this is most likely a diagonal of the 1st wave. And to me now, looks more like an ABC to the downside to have given us the 5th wave and the 2nd wave here, or a B wave. Then we should see a bounce to the upside from here to go up and have maybe an 100% extension, A, B, C, to finish up this correction. Then we'll begin to thrust to the downside. I see that more likely, most likely happen here. How do you want to plan in case you are not really sure? I think this stop here, you can have a buy stop then to look for those rejections around that area to finish up the uptrade. And if you think that this one is going to go down at this low here, you can now begin to do your sell stop, except you can follow the internal structure here. So sell stop might be appropriate at this low, your buy stop at this area, to buy short to finish up this C wave to the upside and ABC wave to the upside. Then you look for, without breaking this top here, at around 618 or 76.4, we should see a reaction, then a sharp move to the downside, the drop to sell this the third wave. So with that, I've come to the end. I've given you more here on gold. Do like, share this link, comment. Your liking and your ticking and your comment would help us push this channel. Thank you. Bye.